Get ready for a story that's much longer than you might have thought. It's the story of Invicta, which this year celebrates its birthday. Stop. No spoilers. Let's start from today and let's go back. Today, millions of people wear Invicta on their back. You probably know about it because of this, or these, or this, or because of them. Do you recognize them? Yes, they are Invicta gloves. They were used by great champions like Alberto Tomba and Deborah Compagnoni, but also by 100 other World Cup skiers and 1,000 ski instructors. Just think, or perhaps because of them. No, not them? Well, they were just ordinary people. But you know about it mainly because of the legendary Jolly. That's the product that made Invicta a status symbol in the 1990s. Just think, over 10 million of them were sold in the space of a few years. 10 million backpacks. If you put them side by side, the line would be as long as 10 million backpacks. And did you know that the Jolly was created in the 1980s? That was the period when young people started seeing it as an icon of style and originality. And do you know how it started out in life? One day Invicta asked itself, who uses a satchel to go to school? Your granddad, that's who. And that was where the idea came from for this backpack for school that's more up-to-date, resistant, and colorful. So since then, goodbye satchel. And there's more. In the same period, we also transformed the ideal everyday companion, the colorful mini sack, into an icon. And these too, for when it was cold and snowy. And on the subject of snow, as far back as the 1970s, we were sponsoring Gustav Töni. And if you don't know who he is, ask your granddad. Right, the one with the satchel. He'll tell you he was part of the Italian Avalanche, as the highly successful Italian skiing team was known at that time. He was world champion no less than 4 times, you know? But let's go even further back. Do you know where Invicta was in 1965? On the legendary Hindu Kush expedition with our Andrea Milano. The Hindu Kush is in Pakistan. It's part of the Himalayas, okay? Do you think Mr. Milano would have reached the summit without his Invicta gear? It's no joking matter. And even before that, in the 1950s, with a remarkable 12 new patents, Invicta began to produce gloves, overshoes, snow gaiters, and snake gaiters. All really useful stuff in town, right? No, you're right. Which is why they were used in the mountains. During that same period, Invicta also designed the backpacks used by the army. And there was even this! Isn't it cute? So soft and furry? But let's stop fooling around. In the 1930s, Invicta created the first mountain backpack with a rigid frame. And what rhymes with frame? Belt pouch. No? Well, we invented that too in any case. Yes, because we were already around in the 1920s in Turin, where Invicta opened its first artisan workshop. It not only produced mountain backpacks, but also belts, gloves, and tote bags. End of story? Almost. Let's go even further back and further north, because before the Invicta brand came to Turin, it was in England, where it started out in life in 1906. Which brings us to today. This year, the Invicta brand celebrates its 110th birthday. More than a queen, so to speak. And as you've been able to see, it's done lots of things, and will continue to do even more, because the story of Invicta is much longer than you might have thought.